Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Sunday, July 14th, 2024. When tourism in the high desert begins to dwindle in the summertime, Joshua Tree National Park becomes a little more comfortable for locals and die-hard climbers to get some scrambles in. But what about some other spots adjacent to the high desert that might be overlooked? Reporter Gabriel Hart recently took a day trip to Deep Creek Hotsprings, followed by an overnighter at an often overlooked free campground and climbing spot, and he joins us with this story.
Deep Creek Hot Springs is a remote paradise hidden just outside Apple Valley, an oasis that must be seen to be believed. But it's a paradise that must be earned after a challenging 4-mile drive up into the mountains, then a dynamic 2.5-mile hike down into the slow-moving creek, topped by an even more difficult hike on a non-stop incline on your way back. But once you're submerged in the cooling waters of the creek, swimming with fish, frogs, and turtles, it's worth every weary step there and back. With gentle rapids and waterfalls trickling from the natural hot springs built into the mountain, the temperature of the water stays churning and balanced. The area is clothing optional, so don't be surprised to see regulars jumping naked into the creek from the hot springs overlooking the picturesque scene. It is recommended to bring plenty of water for the day and protein-rich snacks for the hike back. Because of both its idyllic nature and challenging way back to your car, Deep Creek Hot Springs is a difficult place to leave. Luckily, Sawtooth Canyon Campground is a perfect place to rest for an overnighter. Located between Lucerne Valley and Barstow, about 15 minutes after the 247 hangs a drastic turn to slightly higher elevation, the Sawtooth Campground is a hidden gem for local adventurers and travelers seeking more solitude and silence that our oversaturated national park can offer these days. Sawtooth Canyon contains the best of both modes of camping styles, nestled in a horseshoe of wild BLM land with no host and free to camp, yet complete with amenities like bathrooms, shade structures, grill-top fire pits, and picnic tables at its 13 spacious campsites. Also referred to as New Jack City by climbers, the tooth-like rock formations shoot upwards towards the sky from its grassy hillsides, distinguishing it from the more popular rounded boulder formations in Joshua Tree. The towering structures are a dark red, almost black granite texture made from an unusual form of metamorphic rock of volcanic origin, igniting the imagination into more severe, even sinister associations. Some things to remember if you plan on making a night of it in Sawtooth Canyon. The ground is craggy and often rock solid, making it difficult or even impossible to dig your tent stakes into. Plan on utilizing the plentiful rock around your site to hold your tent to the ground. Our tent blew away twice due to the high afternoon winds, but by nightfall the air was calm, quiet, and accommodating. Another tip to take with you: as tempting as it is to find your own site off the beaten path, you will be fined if you're not camping at one of the 13 designated sites if a ranger happens by. And for the last bit of advice for Sawtooth Canyon, simply refer to its historical name, Traer Agua, which translates to bring water. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Thanks, Gabe. You can see some photos Gabriel took alongside more information on that area. That's at Z107.7fm.com. But for now, that's your local news for Sunday. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Haydon.